Good afternoon. Welcome to Webb County Court at Law 2. I'm Victor Villarreal, judge of your Webb County Court at Law 2. This is the family law docket for Thursday, March 5th, 2026. The time is now 2:05. Court is now in session. Asesinas today are Cecia Rodriguez, court administrator and interpreter. Yes, court security to ask the maintenance people to shut it down. These proceedings are being electronically recorded. Everyone is instructed not to record any portion of these proceedings. Only a court reporter may provide the official record. As with all proceedings, violation of these instructions are subject to contempt procedures. If you're joining us online, you're instructed to act as though you are in court because you are in court. The rule here is simple. If you would not do it in person, don't do it online. For example, do not operate a motor vehicle. There's no smoking, no chewing gum, wear appropriate clothing, and always exercise proper courtroom decorum. The court will now call the cases in the order of appearance of counsel, first those in person, and then those online, as measured by your login times. Ms. Flores.
First, Attorney Luis Antonio Figueroa, page 4, number 11.
Patricia Ornelas, Jose de Jesus Ornelas, cause number 2026 FLB 152C3. Court marks Mr. Figueroa present in person. Good afternoon, counsel.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Patricia Ornelas, Jose de Jesus Ornelas. Any parties present?
No, yeah, my client was here, but I told him we could leave. We don't have service in the precepts. So we're gonna ask for about 7 to 10 days so we can have the petitioner served.
All right, give us that setting, please, Ms. Flores.
March 17th at 1:45 p.m.
All right, I'll call this case then. Any other cases for Mr. Figueroa?
That is all for Mr. Figueroa.
Great to see you again, counsel. Have a great day.
Be excused.
Yes.
Next case, Attorney Andy Reyes, page 3, number 7.
Maria Angeles Garza versus Jaime Arturo Garza, cause number 2025 FLB 1225C3. Good afternoon, Mr. Reyes.
Good afternoon, Judge. Andy Reyes on behalf of Ms. Garza.
Court marks you
Party
present in
present.
person. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you Maria Angeles Garza? We'll begin Spanish language interpretation now. Are you Maria Angeles Garza?
Yes.
Welcome to court. You're in person. The person on your left is your lawyer. Are you Jaime Arturo Garza?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to court, Mr. Garza. The court marks you present in person. Mr. Garza, do you have a lawyer?
No. No.
Will you be going forward today without a lawyer?
Yes.
Court has heard yes, and court marks you as self-represented. Mr. Reyes.
Judge, as is required by the court, Judge, prior to coming up here this afternoon, I had the opportunity to meet with Mr. Garza and discuss the particulars of what is pending in this divorce. We were not able to reach an agreement, Judge, and so we require time to prove up the specifics of the divorce and the particular of the division of property that we're going to be requesting, Judge.
Mr. Reyes, tell the court, what are the non-agreed to or contested issues?
Judge, we have not reached an agreement, principally, Judge, the division property. There are no children that are under the age of majority. Their parties are presently separated.
But so, for example, if there are no children, then is it just the division of a house, retirement, bank accounts, loans?
That's correct, Judge. Debt, and also the grounds for the requested disproportionate distribution of the estate. Judge.
Have you and or Mr. Garza exchanged inventories?
Judge, we were not able to do that because right from the get-go, it's been very hard. Number one, to get a hold of Mr. Garza. Then he retained an attorney, and then we had to disqualify that attorney. Then he retained somebody else, Judge, which I never found out who it was, but then he decided to terminate their services. And so now here we are. He's unrepresented, and he wishes to go forward and finalize this case. And I want to finalize it too, Judge. We've been going on this for a long time. There is discovery that was propounded, Judge, on Mr. Garza, never responded to. So whatever documents we got our hold of was what we're going to be offering the court for the court's consideration.
Is there anything you would like to respond to any of this, Mr. Garza?
Yeah, some of these things that they are putting as a forward is based on assumptions. So that's what I'm saying, they're assuming that I have something and it's not true. Like, for instance, they're assuming that the house is not being paid, that I need, and stuff like that, that is not true. So I just want to make this, stop all this, yeah.
I think Mr. Reyes and Mr. Garza, if it were one or two issues that the court can and should decide today, I think we would proceed. But I think because Mr. Garza is self-represented and because there hasn't been an exchange of inventories, I think the court should order that. That way, there are no assumptions. You have to say, and Ms. Garza has to say under oath, what you believe the assets are, who you believe who they should be awarded to, and what you believe the fair market value of each of those things are. And then there are no assumptions. You can come into court with those and then
But
testify as to all of that.
I have a problem. I am in Dallas, so I cannot be, for me, it's very difficult to be here in person all the time. So, and now I travel a lot. So I would like to see how can we end up this, if it's, I don't understand the term disproportionate. I don't understand the
So
term.
what Mr. Reyes is saying is in divorce, there's only two big, in general, realms or things that the court needs to iron out, make decisions on. One is children. That doesn't apply in this case. So the only other thing left is property, money, accounts, retirement, homes. I don't know what your situation is with Ms. Garza, but all of those things the court needs to divide in a manner that's just and right. Mr. Reyes says here that since you don't have an agreement, the court needs to hear testimony and evidence so the court can make a just and right division in your case. But to my point, if you are right and you're just working on assumptions, I would rather have a definitive, verified statement of what you believe the property is, the values are, and who they should be awarded under oath. That should streamline this process by 4 to 5 hours. That's roughly your driving time, right? To and
Yeah.
back. There it
Oh,
is.
and that's 8 hours. But do you want like a spreadsheet or something like that?
Mr. Reyes, do you and or your office have a template that you can use and share with Mr. Garza? If not, let me ask court staff if selfhelp.org doesn't have something similar.
Judge, obviously we do, Judge. I would have preferred that he be represented by an attorney, Judge, but if he's already told me in no uncertain terms, he's not gonna hire a lawyer. And if the court is so inclined to go about by him filing his inventory, so that as to speed up the process, Judge, I'm perfectly willing to give him a template so that he can then file his own inventory. But Judge, just a quick respond to the representation he made before to the court on assumptions. There is no assumptions, Judge. The few documents that we've managed to get our hands on go right to the heart of what we were talking about. For example, there's 3 months that the mortgage has not been paid. He made a payment a couple of days ago, but it wasn't the entire amount that is owed to come current. Things like that, Judge. We're not making it up. I mean, we have some of the documents to back it up. Be that as it may, Judge, if the court is so inclined, then I can instruct my assistant to give him a template, have him go by my office so we can give him one, Judge. But Judge, I'm not gonna be fashioning the document for him. He can do it any which way he wants to. I'll give him the
I tell you what, let me ask our administrator and or staff attorney what I know we've done 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 12 drafts. Let me ask our administrator, is there a usable draft that we can print out at this juncture and give to Mr. Mr. Garza?
Yes, Your Honor, if I may be allowed just a few minutes so that I can go ahead and print it out.
All right, so we can do that.
Very well, Judge.
So let me give you two dates. Mr. Garza, the court is going to give you a form. You're going to fill it out, state it under oath, send a copy to Mr. Reyes, and exchange, and then bring the original back. You can just give him a copy and bring the original with you. All you have to do is exchange it. You don't have to file it into the case, but you need to exchange it. And then you need to provide the court some copies. And it's mutual, right? So what's good for one is good for both. How much time do you think it'll take you to fill out forms disclosing all of your assets?
3-4 hours. Do I have to submit like deed and stuff like that or no?
No. Just
Your
your
assessment,
your assessment, whatever it is, it's your opinion.
Your Honor, financial information sheet as well.
Yes, do both. All right, I'm
The
gonna give
current
you
telephone numbers, Judge, would help a lot. And
telephone numbers
so the phone numbers that we call, there's no response.
for purposes of exchanging negotiation offers.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Flores, does the court have Mr. Garza's email address?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Reyes, do you have Mr. Garza's email address? Court has heard, yes.
Current telephone number, Judge.
Mr. Garza, would you like to disclose your phone number so that you can communicate with Mr. Reyes?
956-606-1566.
A little bit slower. A little bit slower. Go ahead.
956-606-1566.
All right, I'm going to give you an inventory due date. You need to exchange that no later than March 20th by 5 p.m. And it's mutual, right? So you give to Mr. Reyes. Mr. Reyes will prepare Ms. Garza's and give to you back. You need to exchange that within 2 weeks, March 20th by 5. And then we'll come back for a final hearing on,
How much time, Your Honor?
give us the setting after that. Well, give us at least 2 to 3 weeks after, at least minimum 2 to 3 weeks after that.
April the 28th at 2 p.m.
Anything else on this case, Mr. Reyes?
That's it, Judge.
You have any questions for the court, Ms. Garza?
No.
Do you have any questions for the court, Mr. Garza? Okay, Mr. Garza, I'm gonna ask that you not leave here until you have those forms. Make copies of those because you're only gonna get one set. Fill them out, send them to Mr. Reyes. He's gonna exchange those with you as well. And that'll give you some verified, concrete information. No more assumptions, verified information. All right, I wish you both very well.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes,
will this be an in-person hearing?
yes, it needs to be in person. Anything that you disagree to that you want the court to consider, upload it as evidence into case center. All right, good luck
Judge,
to all.
we will do so.
All right, any other cases for Mr. Reyes?
That is all for Mr. Reyes.
Great to see you. Have a
Thank you.
great
Good
day.
seeing you, Judge. Thank you.
The phone?
Yes, sir. Next case, Your Honor, is
Pardon me, Ms. Flores, go ahead.
page 2, number 3, Attorney Nathan Chu.
Marcela Salas, I should say Marcela Garza versus Hugo Salas, cause number 2025 FLA 100C3. Court marks Mr. Chu present in person, Ms. Garcia present in person. Ms. Garza, Mr. Salas, welcome to court. The court marks both of you in present. You're joined by your lawyers. Counsel, what is the announcement?
Good afternoon, Judge. Unfortunately, up until this morning, we no longer have an agreement. So I did file a motion, an agreed motion for continuance on the trial and the merits because I thought we would have it wrapped up. So we do need some time to consider, I don't know, discovery, maybe other things that I had not considered because for the last month I had understood that we were coming to an agreement. And Mr. Chu is in agreement to request a continuance of the trial setting today. so that we can have a final hearing.
And Judge, I also believe that the mediator would be helpful in helping us get where we need to get by like a half-day mediator. I believe we have an agreement as to who can help us mediate.
My client, we don't have an agreement as long as my client would be amenable to it, Judge, if Mr. Salas is ordered to pay for her part. She is still not employed. He has threatened to not pay child support. So my client is not able to pay attorney's fees at this time. I mean, mediator fees. If the court will order Mr. Salas to pay those fees, then we will go to mediation with Ms. Cigarroa.
Judge, my client has paid for everything. At the last hearing, Your Honor has ordered my client to pay Ms. Liness's fees. He's already done that, Judge. So, I mean, she's the one that brought this case forward, Your Honor. And I do believe the mediator can help us fix this.
Couple of questions. This is one of those cases that family law cases, they I don't want to say they expire. You sign a final order and then people move on until there's a necessity to enforce or to modify. And in this case, there's a request to modify. Ms. Garcia, your client is the person that's seeking a modification?
Yes, Your Honor.
The issues are,
If Your Honor remembers, we had a lengthy hearing on temporary orders after we had mediation with Ms. Cigarroa, but before the entering of the final decree of divorce, there was an issue with Mr. Salas having a hit and run and possible DWI.
well, I understand the background
So
facts,
that
but
was, yes.
but
So
right now, the unagreed to, and don't tell me whatever the parties' positions are. I just want to know.
there were two issues that Mr. Salas would not agree to. And so I suggested that we.
But is it like child support, visitation, possession, access?
No, Judge, it's just, it didn't deal with any of the visitation access with the children. It dealt personally with what was required of Mr. Salas to do. And then we've explained to counsel that those owners' terms we couldn't agree to because of his work schedule.
What requirements?
Okay, well, to not get into settlement negotiations, but there
But
was
just
an agreement
the
for
issue-
Mr. Salas to do outpatient alcohol rehabilitation.
Well,
And
so remind me, was it just an agreement and that the court signed that order?
No, it was for the court to sign today. So there was
Was that agreement ever put on the record?
No, Judge, we were working towards it.
yes. And so
But-
there was one issue with regard to
I see the issue.
random urine tests and attorney's fees. Those were the two issues. But when I suggested that we just bring those two issues to the court, I was told that if we didn't agree on everything, then there would be an agreement on nothing. So that's why,
Oh, I see the issue. Had you put it on the record, it becomes a ministerial act. If the court had pronounced and rendered, then the court must sign, and then you come back and
right. there was
ask for a modification. None of those things happen. I see the impasse.
Yes. So there is an impasse. So like I said, my client is willing to go to mediation if Mr. Salas pays for that fee.
Hmm.
And it would just be a half-day mediation.
And ostensibly your client objects, not to the mediation, but to the payment.
Yes, Judge.
Huh.
I mean, he's had to pay his way every step of the way, Your Honor. And it's only fair that, she needs to also participate in the payment also.
And I object to that, Judge, because, and I'm sure Your Honor remembers the substance of the temporary orders hearing. It is not because of my client's doing that we're here for a modification. It is for the serious issues exhibited by Mr. Salas that we are here for a modification to protect the best interest of the children. So that is why we're continuing on with this, to protect the children. And it's not anything of my client's doing. But there are serious, serious questions regarding the safety and welfare of the children. And so that is why we would like for Mr. Salas to pay for that.
Judge, that may be, but there is no evidence that the children have been hurt, injured, or in danger. These are personal stuff that my client is going through. And he's volunteered to do what he needs to do. In the meantime, he's been restricted in visiting with his children ever since, Your Honor. So there is still no further development on any danger to both these girls.
And Your Honor, if I may just respond quickly, I think Your Honor addressed that point that argument that was made at temporary orders hearing. Given the actions of Mr. Salas, it absolutely calls into question the safety of the children, whether or not the children were with him at the time that he was intoxicated and hit another car. God forbid the children be with him again. So alcoholism in all respects is a danger to the safety and welfare of children. And that's all I want. My client would like to say something, Judge. I'm not sure if Your Honor would
Well,
allow it.
under the advice and consent of counsel, any objection, Mr. Chu?
Yes, we object, Judge. We object, Your Honor.
And
I mean, we haven't agreed.
I don't
continuance
disagree.
and-
I just need to hear the legal objection. What is the legal objection?
The legal objection is we're not here for a hearing to that regard, Judge. We're here to request continuance so that we can, either get ready to subpoena witnesses to have the final hearing or go to mediation, Your Honor.
It's Ms. Garza, there is an objection as to you telling the court anything, so I'm going to allow you to do so with this understanding. Number one, you're not under oath, so anything you say isn't considered evidence or testimony. If you start saying something and Mr. Chu asks that I place you under oath, you're going to be placed under oath, and then it is going to count for or against you. You're doing this, I guess, under the consent or advisement. You're right, your lawyers to your right. Knowing that this is not considered evidence testimony, you may speak.
It's all right, Your Honor. I have nothing to say.
All right. Mr. Chu, Ms. Garcia, knowing your ostensibly very busy schedules and that of Ms. Cigarroa, how much time do you think it would take to put your 5 schedules together for an agreed to date?
I would say in June, Judge. Spring break is coming, Easter's coming. I do have a vacation letter. My daughter's graduating college and then we're going on vacation in May.
This is why I asked. Everybody
So-
has
Right, and then. with
knowing
the end
all of
the year-
this, I can, if it's not objected to, and I'll ask in a minute. But knowing that you are requesting a setting in June, is there anything that the court needs to iron out by way of temporary orders between now and then?
I think the temporary orders should stay in place as is, Judge.
So they're good as is. Response, Mr. Chu.
I'm fine with it. Temporary.
And as to the request for a June setting, Mr. Chu?
We have no objection, just as long as it's past April 15th. So June is fine with us, Your Honor.
One question, Ms. Garcia, you said you're requesting a setting in June. But that's a setting. I'd like to put in the order mediate. Well, I've already did, never mind. Well, let me tell you what I've done, folks. Ms. Flores, give us that setting in June, please.
June fourth at 2 p.m.
Now, what I've written into your agreed order for continuance, Ms. Garcia and Mr. Chu, I've written in the parties are ordered to mediation with Marta Cigarroa. The parties agreed to a mediator. Mediation should occur prior to the final hearing. The mediator's fee shall be paid for by Hugo Salas before the mediation began and shall be assessed 1/2 each at the final hearing unless agreed to otherwise or by final orders of this court. What the court is doing here is, since ostensibly the reason for the return is Mr. Salas, I'm asking Mr. Salas just to get you in the door by paying for those fees. At mediation, that can be one of many things you discuss, or at the final hearing, you all tell me why the court shouldn't sign a 1/2 each order. I just need you all in the door first. All right, so those are the orders of the court. I'll see you on June the 4th. Ms. Garza, do you have any questions for the court?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Salas, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else on this case, Mr. Chu?
Nothing further, Judge.
Just
Yes.
clarification, that June 4th setting, is that trial on the merits or is that pre-trial? What
That's trial.
trial?
I thought
Okay.
that's what you were asking.
Yes. I just want it verified.
Well, y'all are welcome to ask for pretrial settings before then, but I don't want to, or, because remember, all of your cases in person, so I don't want to have you come back just to announce nothing to pre-try. So if you need a setting, happy to give it to either or both.
Okay,
All right, good luck to all.
thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That is all from Ms. Garcia. For
Have a
Mr.
great day.
For Mr. Chu, page 3, number 6.
This is Aida Patricia Compian versus Aristeo Compian, cause number 2025 FLB 421C3. Court marks Mr. Chu present in person. Lily Gutierrez, are you present?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Welcome to court, Ms. Gutierrez. Court marks you present. You're participating by video conference. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you Aida Patricia Compian?
Sí.
Yes.
Welcome to court. The court marks you present in person. The person to your left is your lawyer. Are you Aristeo Compian?
Yo. Your Honor, Mr. Compea needs the services of an interpreter.
We'll begin Spanish language interpretation now. Are you Aristeo Compian?
¿Es usted Aristeo Compián?
Sí, yo soy.
Yes, it's me.
Welcome to court.
Bienvenido al juzgado.
You're participating by video conference
Está participando por videoconferencia
from the office of your lawyer.
desde la oficina de su abogado.
Mr. Chu, Ms. Gutierrez, 1 to 2 sentences at a time. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Judge. Nathan Chu present for Ms. Aida Compian.
Buenas tardes, señoría. Nathan Shu, en representación de Aida Compián.
Judge, we do have a final agreement that has been executed by all the parties,
Tenemos un acuerdo final que ha sido firmado por todas las partes.
e-filed and accepted, so hopefully it should be at your desk.
Se ha introducido al juzgado vía electrónica y esperamos que ya lo tenga usted en su escritorio.
We ask the court to approve it.
Y le pedimos al juzgado que lo apruebe.
I guess before I hear response, Mr. Chu, remind the court this
Antes de continuar, señor Shu, por favor, recuérdele al juzgado.
case has been pronounced and rendered.
Pronounced and rendered, both parties divorce, only set to dispute a reimbursement claim, which has been dropped. So
Ya se rindió el divorcio, lo único que estaba pendiente era un reclamo de un reembolso, pero ya se dio de baja esa
So,
petición.
the parties are getting divorced and the personal effects that they have, they keep, and that's about it.
En las dos partes se están divorciando y las pertenencias que cada uno tiene pues, se quedan con ellas y es todo.
So other than the things that have been pronounced and rendered, there is no remaining request for relief.
Aparte de lo que ya se declaró, ya no hay nada pendiente.
Ms. Gutierrez?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Es correcto, su señoría.
Mr. and Mrs. Compián, the court has signed your final decree of divorce.
Señor y señora Compián, el juzgado ha firmado su decreto final de divorcio.
Your divorce is final.
Su divorcio ya es final.
I wish you both very well.
Les deseo lo mejor a las dos.
Anything
you.
else on this case, Mr. Chu, Ms. Gutierrez?
We rest, Judge, nothing further.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
It's good to see you both, counsel. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
That is all for Mr. Chu.
Have a great day. It's good to
Thank you,
see you,
Judge.
counsel.
Next case, Attorney Mario Castillo, page 2, number 4.
Cesar Eduardo Trejo versus January Gonzalez, cause number 2025 FLA 731C3, court marks Mr. Castillo present in person. Good afternoon, Mr. Castillo. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you January Gonzalez?
Yes, I am.
Welcome to court, Ms. Gonzalez. Court marks you present in person. Ms. Gonzalez, do you have a lawyer?
No,
Will you be going forward without a lawyer?
yes.
Court marks you self-represented. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you Cesar Eduardo Trejo?
I'm sorry, my English is very poor.
We'll begin Spanish language interpretation now. Not a problem. Tell the court, are you Cesar Eduardo Trejo?
Sí.
Yes.
Welcome to court, Mr. Trejo. Court marks you present in person. The person to your left is your lawyer. Court marks Ms. Catherine Garcia present by video conference. She's here on behalf of the Attorney General's office. Mr. Castillo.
Judge, this case has been prolonged because of the difficulty in contacting the Attorney General. I've sent him information because this is a very simple case. You know, the only thing at issue was, I had sent Ms. Catherine asking for credit throughout the process. My client has paid her ex-wife $5,825. And I send her documentation through Zelle. And she still hasn't gone back to me as to, whether she can give me some credit or not. And then I also send her information on
Please speak into the microphone, Mr. Castillo.
okay, that he's giving additional child support to his son. It's not through Zelle, it's another form, but I've got the documentation, and that's at $6,793. So the total amount in question was $12,618. Their minor kid is already 17 years old. He'll be turning 18 at the end of the year. So I need to talk to Ms. Catherine. What's the last name, Catherine? The Attorney General?
Ms. Garcia, she's there.
So I need a response from her. It's because I emailed her all that information. a
Well,
long time ago.
this case is set for final hearing. It's actually set for dismissal. Mr. Castillo, do you have Ms. Garcia's contact information?
I have her email, Judge, and I have emailed her all the documentation.
Ms. Garcia, is there and I don't know that you want to put this on the record and we're live. What is the best way to facilitate telephonic communication momentarily, Ms. Garcia?
Judge, Mr. Castillo can call me on my work cell, if he can write the phone number down. It's
What is it?
It's 737-228-6577.
228-6577.
737-228-6577.
Okay.
All right, so let me place this case on hold and I'll call this case momentarily.
That'd be fine.
Next case, Attorney Jose Arce, page 4, number 10.
Felicitas Garcia versus Brian Alvarez, cause number 2026 FLA 245C3. Court marks Mr. Arce not present. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you Brian Alvarez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Welcome to court, Mr. Alvarez. The court marks you present in person. Mr. Alvarez, do you have a lawyer?
No.
Are you going forward today without a lawyer?
Yes.
Court marks you self-represented. Court marks speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you Felicitas Garcia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Welcome to court. The court marks you present in person. Is your lawyer present?
Yes, he's fine.
Court marks Mr. Arce present in person. Mr. Arce, court called this case. Both parties are present and Mr. Alvarez has told the court he is self-represented.
Well, Judge, he had, for the record, Your Honor, Jose Arce making an appearance for the petitioner, Felicitas Garcia, that he had advised me, actually yesterday, that he had planned, or his intent was to hire an attorney. He's telling me today that those are no longer his wishes, and that's fine, Judge, we're ready to proceed.
Ms. Flores, does the court have Mr. Alvarez's email address?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Alvarez, what is your email address?
Is Alvarez Brian, BRAYAN 118 @gmail.com.
One more time in case we missed it.
It's Alvarez Brian, BRAYAN 118 @gmail.com.
Did you have that information, Mr. Arce?
I did not, Your Honor.
All right, well, you have it now. So if Mr. Alvarez, if the court needs to send you any information, any notices, it'll go to that email address. Likewise, if Mr. Arce needs to send you any information or notices, it'll go to that email address. Mr. Arce, have you had an opportunity to confer with Mr. Alvarez today?
I have not, Your Honor.
All right, so because my next question, Mr. Alvarez, is always if the parties have conferred, that means if you've spoken and talked to each other, what are the contested issues? But you haven't had an opportunity to talk. So I am going to mark this case as the second contested matter on the docket today. Between now and the time that I call this case, Mr. Alvarez, I need you to talk to Mr. Arce. He can talk to you since you don't have a lawyer. He's going to tell you what his client is requesting from the court today, and together you can tell the court that you agreed to everything, to some things, or to no things. And my very next question, if you have some disagreements, is what are the contested issues? If you, as you talk to Mr. Arce, Mr. Alvarez, know that he is not your lawyer. He cannot and he will not provide you any legal advice, but he can tell you what Ms. Garcia is requesting. Do you have any questions for the court, Mr. Alvarez?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for the court, Ms. Garcia?
No.
Anything else before I put this case on pause, Mr. Arce?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck as you talk.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next case, Attorney Brenda Anderson, page 4, number 9.
Vidal Rene Rodriguez versus Ilse Gonzalez Rodriguez, cause number 2026, FLA 98C3. Court marks Ms. Anderson present in person, Mr. Loredo present in person. Good afternoon to both.
Good afternoon, Judge. Brenda Anderson, present for Ilse Gonzalez. And she's present in the courtroom.
Speaking to the microphone, Ms. Gonzalez, and tell the court, are you Ilse Gonzalez Rodriguez?
Yes.
Welcome to court, Ms. Gonzalez. Court marks you present in person. The person to your left is your lawyer, Vidal Rodriguez. Unmute your device. Unmute your device.
Hello, hello.
And turn your video on.
Hello.
Are you Vidal Rene Rodriguez?
Yes.
Welcome to court, Mr. Rodriguez. The court marks you present. You're participating by video conference. As you can see and hear from your device, your lawyer is present in person. Counsel, go ahead.
Your Honor, I have conferred with Mr. Loredo on this case, and we're trying to reach an agreement regarding temporary orders. However, we need to hash out some details. So if the court could give us a couple of weeks so that we could prepare the orders for your honor. One of the issues that we're having is that the parties have agreed to do visitations at Safe Haven. And we need to confirm with Safe Haven that we're able to do those visits there. Because I believe Mr. Loredo already reached out to them and they brought up some issues. So we need to hash that out. Because if Safe Haven is unable to do the supervised visits, then we need to find out another place to do the supervised visits.
Ms. Anderson, before I ask Mr. Loredo, do you know of any other venues or businesses that can do that?
I think I've heard that there's like counseling centers that do offer it, but I don't know. I would have to search to see which one.
I'm drawing a blank and I was hoping you had the answer. Mr. Loredo, do you know of any businesses or services that do that?
Not off the top of my head, Your Honor. I did speak to Safe Haven and I asked the same question when they brought up the issue. Apparently they're grant funded and so they only take on certain cases.
I understand that.
And but they
asking-
weren't able to provide me a list of any other
Ms. Flores, Mr. Lopez, Ms. Rodriguez, it's in my notes. The group,
Time where Dr. Juan Galvan.
no, there was a group that presented to Board of Judges 2 months ago, and I'm drawing a blank as to their name.
Reviewing, Your Honor.
One more time?
Reviewing.
I know.
November, Your Honor, according to my notes.
Pulling up that agenda. I don't have it in that agenda.
I have a witness, who has advised me that there's a place called South Texas Supervised Visitation Center. But I don't know if they're local. Are they in Laredo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, Ms. Rodriguez, did you find the answer?
Yes, that was the presentation that was done at Board of Judges.
And what was the name of the group?
South Texas Supervised Visitation Center located at 1414 Meadow Avenue, Suite 1.
All right, so that gives you some idea. I'm glad thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. You were much quicker at finding this than I was looking through all my notes for the last 3-4 months and couldn't find it. All right, so at least that gives you something to talk about. You can reach out to that group, see and assess what their plans are, what their location is, what services they provide, and hopefully that'll give you another alternative to Safe Haven.
Yes, Judge. So we could get, I don't know if the court has availability in maybe a couple of weeks.
Ms. Flores, any objection to that request, Mr. Loredo?
No objections, Your Honor.
Give us that setting, Ms. Flores.
Yeah, would this be for temporary orders or for the final?
Temporary orders. March 17th at 1:45.
All right.
Your Honor, and one more thing, I do have a witness under subpoena, Ms. Mariana Montemayor. We could still hold her under subpoena for that date.
Ms. Montemayor, would you please approach? Please step forward. Step in front of a microphone and tell the court, are you Mariana Montemayor?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask that you raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will provide in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may lower your hand. Ms. Montemayor, you've been subpoenaed to testify at this hearing. I'm gonna ask that you return to court on March 17th at 1:45. Between now and then, I'm gonna ask that you not talk to anyone about this case unless it's under your, and I don't know what your business or profession is, but unless it's part of the normal course of your work duties, you can do that. But other than that, don't talk to anybody about this case, and I'll call this case on March 17th at 1:45. Do you have any questions for me? You're released. Until then, yes. All right, so court is I'm gonna call this on March 17th, and we're set for final hearing on April 16th at 2. Ms. Rodriguez, do you have any questions for the court?
No.
Mr. Rodriguez, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
We'll see you on March 17th. Good luck to all.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have, Judge, may I be excused?
Good to see you both.
Likewise, Your Honor.
This case, Attorney Juan Jose Garcia, page 1, number 1.
Raúl Agustín González versus Lizeth López González, cause number 2015 CVG 561C3. Court marks Mr. Garcia present in person, Mr. Arce present in person. Ms. Soto, are you present? Court marks Ms. Soto not present. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you Raúl Agustín González?
Yes, Your Honor.
Welcome to court, Mr. González. Court martial present in person. The person to your left is your lawyer. Speak into the microphone and tell the court, are you Lizeth López González?
Yes, Your Honor.
Welcome to court, Ms. González. Court marks you present in person. The person on your left is your lawyer. This is a TRO setting. Mr. Garcia, Mr. Arce, go ahead.
Your Honor, if I may, Judge Ruben Arce for Ms. Lopez. Judge, on this matter, we had filed a modification and also a TRO, Judge. Myself and Mr. Garcia have been working towards trying to get a resolution of this matter. And we felt that having Elizamar Soto appointed as ad litem would bridge that gap, Judge. She has set appointments, my understanding, for both clients already. Your Honor, the only thing is she wasn't able to do that until next week, Judge. So we wanted her insight for the temporary restraining order hearing. We did feel that she'd be helpful, Judge, in the visitation. There's an issue as to that, and that's one of the issues before Your Honor. So we're just asking that this be passed for about 2-3 weeks, Judge, so she can have an opportunity to speak to both parties and have hopefully a temporary decision for Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia?
I'm
Go ahead
inaudible.
and say everything all over again. Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. Yes, there's no objection, Your Honor. We're in agreement and my client has an appointment, I think, next week with Ms. Soto. And so we would just like to ask for, I guess, for 2 weeks, Your Honor, because my client hasn't been able to see his child in a while.
Couple of things. First thing, Mr. Arce, ostensibly, if true that Mr. González hasn't seen the child or children, there is a good and reasonable basis for that.
Your Honor, and that's the crux of our motion to modify, Judge. There was issues with the child, and without going into too much information, Judge, we do feel that it is a sensitive matter, Judge.
I guess the only thing I need to know is that there's, whether it's true or not true, because it's just an allegation until proven, but there is a good basis to reason. It's not like Mr. González doesn't make time, doesn't visit, or doesn't want to. Like
No,
there's something there.
There was the issues that arose from the child herself, Judge, and that's why we wanted the ad litem to touch base with that, Judge.
Understood. Well taken. Ms. Flores, give us a TRO setting.
March 17th at 1:45.
And give us a final hearing 60 days after that. Wait, let me ask you this, Mr. Arce, Mr. Garcia, how many children before the court?
Only one, Judge.
Age?
She's 12.
Gender? So she, female, all
female,
right. Give us a setting. Very late May or sometime in June.
June 2nd at 2 p.m.
So these temporary orders should, and this is what I'm trying to do, carry you through the end of the school year. And you come back to your final hearing so that it'll be summer going forward. Anything else on this case, Mr. Garcia?
No, Your Honor.
And because of that date, it shouldn't interfere, should the court need to interview this child, it should interfere with school. Anything else on this case, Mr. Arce?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lopez, do you have any questions for the court?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. González, do you have any questions?
At this time, sir.
All right, make sure you keep in contact with your lawyers and make sure you make yourselves available to Ms. Soto so she can talk to each of you. I wish you both well. More importantly, I wish your daughter all the best. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
I'm sorry, Judge, the TRO date was April the
March
I'm sorry,
seventeenth
March 17th.
at 1:45, and the final hearing, June the 2nd at 2.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, I wish everyone well. Any other cases for Mr. Garcia or Mr. Arce?
That is all for Mr. Arce. Mr. Garcia is on page 3, number 8.
Good to see you, Mr. Garcia. Have a great day.
Thank you. Right,
That's all I have, Judge. Maybe excuse.
Oh, the other way
The other
around.
way.
Mr. Arce, it's good to see you. Have a great
Likewise,
day.
Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Excusing the wrong person, sorry.
Garcia, page 3, number 8.
Luis Antonio Estemera versus Hilda Rivas, cause number 2025 FLC 1065C3. Court marks Mr. Garcia present in person, Mr. Del Rio present by video conference. Good afternoon to both.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Luis Antonio Estemera, Hilda Rivas, are you present? Court marks neither party present. Counsel, go ahead.
Your Honor, I'd filed two motions, two motions. Both are agreed to. The first is a motion for continuance. This is the second motion for continuance that I've marked, and the basis of which is essentially a continuation of the first motion, which was the need for some medical diagnosis of the child. I do have an update with regards to that. We're expecting to have a final diagnosis by the end of May. The medical evaluation is to measure the child's potential scale on the spectrum. They've already noted, and I mentioned this in the previous motion, his inability to communicate and issues with regards to his mental development. So that's the basis for the continuance, because this is certainly touches on what would be the best interest in the child with regards to visitation and access to the child. The other motion, Your Honor, is a motion for mediation. And Mr. Garcia and I would respectfully request if we could have a mediation with Judge Leticia Martinez, Your Honor. We've discussed this, and we think she would be very helpful with regards to addressing not only the issues with the child, with both parents, but also bringing hopefully a resolution to this case, which we believe can be accomplished at mediation. And after we have the medical results, and I misspoke earlier, Your Honor, we should have a final report by the beginning of May. And I believe I had requested another setting at the end of May. And within that time, hopefully around May, subject to Judge Martinez's availability, we could possibly have this resolved by then.
Mr. Garcia?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Let me ask you this, and I was about to enter it into Judge Martinez's calendar, but I really need to be consistent, and I think the newer policy for this court is attempt private mediation, and then ask the associate soon to be sitting, I guess, judge of County 1 to mediate. Let me refer you all to private mediation if it's not objected to. And once you take a bite at that apple, then you can certainly welcome to come here. And I'd be happy to refer you to Associate Judge Martinez, but at least
Well, Judge, we had talked about that, and the other component too there was a financial consideration with regards to both of our parties. I guess thinking through what you're talking about, our hope would be we could, just cut straight through it. I appreciate, I've had success with Judge Hale and Judge Ms. Figueroa in the past, but I think our hope was just to get, and there is some power in being a sitting, judge, so to speak, to individuals. I think it resonates well with them. There's certainly something to be said when we're getting a perspective from a judge that could ultimately make a decision on their case if the facts were presented to them at trial. And so that was sort of our understanding that Your Honor would make that recommendation first, but we were hoping that we could cut straight through to Judge Garcia, Martinez, Your Honor.
Ms. Flores, give us a setting in June, please.
June 16th at 2 p.m.
All right, I'm going to call this case on June 16th at 2. I'm going to take the order referral to mediation. I'm going to have a conversation with both Judges Martinez and make sure that we're all on the same page, because either we're all doing it or we're all not doing it. And I don't want to do anything inconsistent with my sister court under Judge Martinez and my soon-to-be sitting county court at law 1 colleague, other Judge Martinez. All right, so let me have a conversation with them. If we're on the same page, I will sign it. If not, I'm going to scratch it out. And based on what Mr. Del Rio has told the court, it sounds like if not Judge Martinez, then Senior Judge Hale would be the most appropriate if the parties benefit from a person with judicial experience that can and has made these decisions himself. All right, we'll take it. Anything else on this case, Mr. Garcia?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Del Rio?
Just for the record, Your Honor, we did also file a Rule 11 agreement with regards to visitation, but that's just a point of order I'm just mentioning for the record.
Ms. Flores, I haven't seen something like that. Is that, I guess let me ask the clerk's office, is there a Rule 11 agreement for the court to consider?
Yes, Your Honor, it should be there on the papers.
And I may, Your Honor, I may have omitted a signature line for Your Honor. I've been thinking about it, and I have to apologize if I did.
Court has signed it as approved March 5th, 2026. It's now valid and enforceable.
Thank you, Your Honor.
These, this visitation order are due in orders form to the court honor before.
March 30th at noon by submission.
All right. Mr. Garcia, Mr. Del Rio, good to see you both.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, Judge. You too, Judge. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one. Thank you,
too.
Judge.
Good afternoon.
Likewise.
Next case online, Attorney Melissa Saldana, page 2, number 5.
Enrique Cadena Jr. versus Yasmin Arizpe, cause number 2025 FLA 953C3. Good afternoon, Ms. Aldana.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Court marks you present. You're participating by video conference. Enrique Cadena Jr., Yasmin Arizpe. Is any person present?
No, I don't think so.
Court marks no persons present. Ms. Aldana, what is the announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, the parties are still working on trying to reconcile, and so we're asking for at least 90-day reset. I filed a motion for continuance.
Court has received, reviewed, and considered that request for continuance. Court finds that the parties are attempting to reconcile. Ms. Flores, give us a setting in June or July, please.
July the 7th at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Okay,
Any
thank
other
you.
cases for Ms. Aldana?
Yes, Your Honor. Page 5, number 12.
Gerardo Gutierrez versus Raquel Gutierrez, cause number 2026 FLB 187C3. Court marks Ms. Alania present by video conference. Ms. Leticia Garcia present, also participating by video conference. Good afternoon to both.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Gerardo Gutierrez, Raquel Gutierrez. Any parties present? Court finds no parties.
My client is in the well, Judge. There she is.
Ms. Gutierrez, I'm going to ask that you unmute your device and that you come in front of the video, please.
My client is present as well under Gerardo Gutierrez.
Unmute your device, Ms. Gutierrez.
I think she's having difficulty, Judge.
Mr. Gutierrez, I'm going to ask you the same thing. I'm going to ask that you both unmute your device. Are you Gerardo Gutierrez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Welcome to court, Mr. Gutierrez. The court marks you present participating by video conference. As you can see and hear from your device, your lawyer is present by video conference as well. Are you Raquel Gutierrez?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Welcome to court, Ms. Gutierrez. The court marks you present and participating by video conference. As you can see and hear from your device, your lawyer is also present by video conference. Ms. Alani, Ms. Garcia, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, we've been conferring and we're still in the process of exchanging information and trying to work out a settlement agreement for the temporary order. So we filed a motion for continuance, stating the same, asking for additional time to be able to do this, to continue doing this.
Just a very short period of time, Judge. I already obtained the information that Ms. Saldana has requested to supplement our offer that was sent over. So 7 to 10 days, perhaps, Judge.
I have a vacation letter from March 9th through the 16th.
All right, the request is well taken. Give us a setting, please, Ms. Flores.
This will be for temporary orders, Your Honor.
For temporary orders, yes.
March 17th at 1:45.
All right, I'll call this case then. Any other cases for Ms. Alania or Ms. Garcia?
That is all for both attorneys.
Mr. Gutierrez, do you have any questions for the court?
No, Your Honor.
Mrs. Gutierrez, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Keep in contact with your lawyers. I look forward to hearing your case on March 17th. Ms. Alania, Ms. Garcia, good to see you both. Have a great
Good
rest
to
of the
see you,
week.
Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Next, Attorney Guadalupe Castillo, page 1, number 2.
Mauricio Salazar versus Cristina Alexandra Benedict, cause number 2021 FLC 1132C3. Good afternoon, Mr. Castillo.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Court marks you present. You're participating by video conference. Javier Guzman, are you present?
Excuse me, good morning or good afternoon, Your Honor. This is Rodolfo Rondon, legal assistant to Javier Guzman.
Are you making an appearance?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Mr. Guzman, I believe is in
Then don't. If you don't have a law license, you shouldn't be practicing law. You shouldn't be appearing in court. One more time, Mr. Guzman, are you present? All right.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
we have filed a Rule 11 agreement regarding temporary orders. We agreed on all of the points that were at issue. So there is no need for hearing today. I had advised opposing counsel also that the parties need not appear today. But however, I do see Mr. Guzman's client online.
Ms. Benedict, Cristina Benedict, are you present?
Yes, Your Honor.
Welcome to court, Ms. Benedict. The court marks you present. You're participating by video conference. I called your lawyer's name. I don't think he's present, but I don't know that he needs to be because all the things have been agreed to.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Castillo, this is for temporary orders?
Yes, Judge, that's correct. And we had advised Mr. Guzman's office that the parties do not need to appear. Are concerned that the child is to be picked up at 3 p.m. today, just to alert the court and the other party that it's already past 3, and I don't know who's picking up the child at school.
His stepfather is picking him up.
Court marks Mr. Salazar not present, Ms. Benedict present by video conference, Mr. Castillo present by video conference, Mr. Usman not present. The court has received, reviewed, and considered a Rule 11 agreement. The court has signed off on it. These are now enforceable temporary orders of the court. The orders in due form, in final form, the temporary orders are due to the court honor before,
March 30th at noon by submission.
and then we'll come back for a final hearing in 30 to 60.
May 5th at 2 p.m.
Any objections to any of this, Mr. Castillo?
Judge, this is May 5 is for the final hearing on this matter.
Yes, sir.
This is a suit to modify the parent-child relationship, Judge. We're gonna have to do some discovery, and I don't think we'll be able to get everything ready by May 5. Maybe by July or August, I think. We have to take some depositions and ask for some medical records, etc.
So give us a setting in June for a final pretrial hearing, please.
June 18th at 9 a.m.
And give us a final hearing in July, please.
July the 30th at 2 p.m.
Any objections to any of this, Mr. Castillo?
No, Judge.
Ms. Benedict, do you have any questions for the court?
No, sir.
All right, I wish you and Mr. Salazar well. Keep in contact with your mutual lawyers. You're going to prepare the temporary orders and just follow those. And keep in contact with your lawyer. Good luck to all. Any other cases for Mr. Castillo?
That is all for Mr. Castillo.
Good to see you, counsel. Have a great day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Page 4, number 10, Attorney Jose Arce.
Felicitas Garcia versus Brian Alvarez, cause number 2026 FLA 245C3. Court marks Mr. Arce present, Mr. Alvarez present, and Ms. Garza also present, all in person. Court has called this case, Mr. Arce, what is the announcement? Into the microphone?
My,
None of that is on the record. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, in my discussing or beginning to discuss the matters or the issues with Mr. Alvarez, Your Honor, he had some legal questions, and again, as the court mentioned, Judge, I wasn't up to having to answer those questions for him. And so he asked me then that he wanted more time, and I'm guessing, Your Honor, for the purpose of hiring counsel.
Well, this is a first setting, and this is why the court asked Mr. Alvarez, do you want to go? I'm going to ask you the question once more. Would you like to go forward today, or would you like some time to hire a lawyer?
I would like some time to hire a lawyer.
All right, then. Ms. Flores, give us a temporary order setting, please.
March 17th at 1:45.
All right, so what this means, Mr. Alvarez, is you need to come back on March 17th, but this is just a very short window for you to look for a lawyer, talk to a lawyer, consult a lawyer, have your questions answered, and to come back to court on March 17th. So please make the best use of your time between now and March 17th. Don't wait till the day before or even the week of. I would start as soon as possible so that if you choose to hire a specific person, you can do that, knowing that any lawyers are going to be out next week for spring break and so forth. So you really need to get moving on this. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me?
No.
Do you have any questions, Ms. Garcia?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else on this case, Mr. Arce?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to all.
Judge,
You're
if I
excused.
may, I did advise Mr. Alvarez in case he was not able to reach out to me, and we could still talk about this before the next day.
Sure. As if you don't have a lawyer, you can always talk to Mr. Arce and see what agreements you can make, and anything you don't agree to, I'll place you under oath and I'll make decisions. But you're gonna have to live with those decisions, whether you like those or don't like those. And if you agree, you're gonna like those probably better, but I'm happy to make a decision for you. Do you understand all this, Mr. Alvarez?
Yes.
All right, good luck to all.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, sir, good to see you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Last case on recall, Your Honor, page 2, number 4, with Attorney Mario Castillo.
Cesar Eduardo Trejo versus January Gonzalez, cause number 2025 FLA 731C3. Court marks Ms. Catherine Garcia present by video conference. Mr. Castillo is present in person. Cesar Trejo is present in person, and so is Ms. January Gonzalez. Ms. Garcia, as Mr. Castillo makes his way forward, have you been able to have an opportunity to talk to Mr. Garcia about the 12,000 or so that are in question?
Yes, Your Honor, we have. I did talk to Mr. Castillo. I think we are mainly in agreement on the proposed terms of the final order with respect to the child support terms.
Now, when you say you're in agreement, ostensibly the Attorney General's office and Petitioner Trejo, any thoughts before I ask her about Ms. Gonzalez's agreement or disagreement?
Your Honor, just to kind of let you know, there were a number of payments through Zelle that were made, and they all happened before the current order that's in place was done, where a confirmation of arrears was done, which was in 2024. All of the Zelle payments and direct payments that Mr. Trejo is wanting credit for, they occurred prior to that order. So any credits he is due, that he's claiming would have been addressed then. We cannot go behind that order now and give him credits prior to that order.
So knowing this, and before I get a response, knowing this, Ms. Garcia, then is the agreement one in principle, or have the numbers been specified?
The numbers have been specified, but what I told Mr. Castillo was I would put it on the record, and I would ask both parties, since the last order, are there any payments or any claimed offsets or credits? And we were in agreement to that.
Understood, Mr. Castillo.
Judge, I discussed with Catherine, Judge, concerning the payments through Zelle to the wife. And I would like to ask her, if it's true that, because it's documented here throughout 3 years that she was getting additional child support. And if she agrees, then we can get that credit and we still go forward and finish this case.
I presume that's consistent with what you said, but I'm not sure. Ms. Garcia?
Your Honor, and it's almost consistent with what I said, but I guess what I'm saying is that any payments that were done prior to the current order in place, which was signed by Judge Mendez in April of 2024, any payments prior to that date, any credit that he would be due, would have been addressed in that order, should have been addressed in that order. There was a confirmation of arrears done in that order. And so he can't now come back and claim credits for 2021, 2022, and 2023 of direct payments he made. I would oppose that, and I would object to the court granting that. After April of 2024, if there were direct payments through Zelle or whatever, and that he's claiming were for child support, I would be glad to ask him that on the record, and we can ask Ms. Gonzalez that on the record. Did you receive those? Was that for child support and that kind of thing? But it would have to be after the current order in place.
And even now, if she desires to give credit and she agrees to it, can it still be done?
The court would have to approve it. In essence, she would just be waiving or releasing arrears.
Ostensibly, Mr. Castillo, you're requesting for testimony from the parties.
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Trejo, Ms. Gonzalez, I'm gonna ask that you both raise your right hands. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in this cause will be the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Both have answered yes. You may lower your hands. Mr. Castillo, you may call your first witness.
Hey, Mr. Trejo, you have a account with Chase Bank, is that correct?
Yeah.
And starting around April 24 of 2021 through January 27, February 24 of you sell payments to Ms. January Gonzalez, is that correct?
Yeah.
And payments amounted to $5,825, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got, this is another bank through what? There's not there, which is it? Chase. So this is Chase, that he gave additional money to his son, Juan Trejo. When he was a minor, he gave him a total of 6,793, is that correct? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not making that an issue, Judge, but I just want to show the court that he has helped throughout the years. And can I ask Ms. Gonzalez? Can I approach her?
Well, give me 1 second. Two things. First, since you asked questions to Mr. Trejo, Ms. Gonzalez, do you have any questions for Mr. Trejo?
No, I just want to know why.
Give me 1 second. So Mr. Castillo has questions, then you follow up, then I'm gonna ask Ms. Garcia, and then we repeat the process with you. And at the end, both of you can make all the statements you want. If you don't have any questions for Mr. Trejo, let me ask Ms. Garcia.
Okay.
Ms. Garcia, do you have any questions for Mr. Trejo?
Just a couple, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Mr. Trejo, you recall going to the Attorney General's office in 2024 where there was a modification order that was done. Do you recall that?
No.
Okay. Do you recall signing an order?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna I'll do that later to ask the court to take judicial notice. But in March of 2024, both parties appeared at the Attorney General's office, and a modification order was done, and the child support was increased, and a confirmation of arrears was done at that time. So, Mr. Trejo, as of today, the Attorney General's office is showing a balance of child support arrears in the amount of $8,305.22. And we're also showing a balance of medical support arrears of $2,826.66. So my question is, since April of 2024, have you given Ms. Gonzalez any monies directly on the child support obligation or medical support obligation?
Directly, no.
Okay.
Only
Are
the
there, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
Only the child support.
Interpreter into mic, please.
Only the child support.
Okay, so that, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to clarify my question a little bit. After April of 2024, did you make any Zelle payments or Cash App or any direct payments to Ms. Gonzalez for the child support?
No. No.
Okay. Are there any credits or offsets that you're trying to claim for the child support or medical support after April of 2024?
$5,825.
Okay, but did those payments occur before April of 2024?
Yes.
Okay, that's all the questions I have for Mr. Trejo right now, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
Anything on redirect?
No, Judge.
Your next witness, Mr. Castillo.
January, Gonzalez? Yes. Jerry, I'm gonna show you, bank statement, Mr. Trejo.
Okay.
Throughout the period of April 24, 2021, we added up all the money that was sent to you. Some were small amounts, others were bigger amounts. And it's done through, the last payment was February 24, 2023. And this amount, the total amounts.
Can Mr.
5,122.
Mr. Castillo, none of that was on the record. Say that into the microphone, please.
Okay, the total amount that you received through Zelle from Mr. Trejo, from April 24th to February 24, 23, actually from 21 to 23, you received 5,825.
I don't know the amount. It's when he was working in South Carolina, Virginia, right?
That you recall, you tell him that your child support payments were late.
Yes.
So he, out of his kindness, Judge, just send her money through Zelle. And it's all documented.
Quick questions and then you can make argument at the end. Questions to the witness and then you can make argument at the.
No, that's it, Judge.
Ms. Garcia, do you have any questions for this witness?
Very briefly, Your Honor. Ms. Gonzalez,
Yes.
do you recall going to the Attorney General's office or having a conference in March of 2024 to modify the child support?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall at that time that in addition to modifying child support going forward, there was also a confirmation of arrears done at that time? Do you recall that?
Yes, because they check everything and we had a conference.
Okay.
Yes.
In that order was signed April of 2024. After April of 2024, has Mr. Trejo sent you any monies directly for child support?
No.
Okay. That's all the questions I have for Ms. Gonzalez, Your Honor.
Ms. Gonzalez, this is your opportunity to now address the court. What, if anything, would you like to say?
No, I'm okay. He just asked me for the divorce. I'm okay to give him the divorce. But I just want to know why he's asking for my son's he wants my sons to go with him.
I think we're asking for them. I mean, the kid's gonna be 18 this year. So
But he's still a junior. He has one
So
more
let me take this one step at a time.
Okay.
Ms. Gonzalez, what is your
question.
I was gonna ask for your position, but we are frozen. Ms. Garcia, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor, I can hear you.
It's just my device. Oh, I'm logged into our case management system. Give me 1 second. All right. Mr. Castillo, on behalf of your client, what is, I'm out. It's my device, I'm out.
The court is logging in and will resume momentarily.
Okay.